Hello everyone, welcome to the very first episode of Postcard Colorizeyou. If this is your first time tuning in, thank you for being here at the start of our journey. This is a space where we slow down to share life experiences, lessons learned, and little sparks of motivation for when the world feels a bit too heavy. Besides our podcast, you can also visit our digital home at Colorize.you.com. There, you'll find deeper dives into these stories on our blog, and you can explore our exclusive collection of t-shirts and hoodies, simple designs meant to remind you of the strength you carry within. Once again, welcome. And now, let's begin today's story. Today, I want to talk about a concept that has quietly transformed my life over the years. It's called minimalism. Interestingly, I discovered minimalism long before I found my path to financial freedom. Usually, people go the other way around. They want to save money, so they cut costs and stumble upon minimalism. For me, minimalism came first. And just like financial freedom, embracing less has brought so much more into my life. Looking back at my younger years, I earned a decent income, but because I didn't know how to manage it, I spent recklessly. I had a habit that now terrifies me. I was a collector. Specifically, I collected perfumes. I've always loved scents. So when I started making money, I bought perfume bottles indiscriminately. Sometimes I bought them just for the thrill of buying, never even using them. To this day, despite giving many away, I still have over 30 bottles sitting on my shelf, gathering dust. And it wasn't just perfume. My house was filled with things I used maybe once a year. They just sat there, occupying space, silently judging me. Then one day, a friend mentioned a key word that changed everything: minimalism. The more I read about it, the more I realized I wasn't alone. Millions of people are trapped in the same cycle, trying to escape the suffocating weight of their own possessions. Before we dive into the benefits, let's look at the enemy of minimalism: consumerism. If minimalism is living based on what we need, consumerism is living based on what we want. Economically, consumerism isn't bad. It drives spending, profits, taxes, and innovation. That's why governments and corporations love it. When economies crash, they print money just to encourage us to shop. But while consumerism might be good for the GDP, it can be disastrous for the individual, for you and me. Advertisers, the masters of psychology, constantly whisper in our ears that we need this product to be happy, or that upgrade to feel complete. And then came the most dangerous invention of all, the credit card. Suddenly, you could buy what you couldn't afford. You could bring the item home today and pay for it with your future labor. Statistics show that the average person carries thousands of dollars in credit card debt. So we work jobs we don't like to pay for things we didn't need, and because we are stressed from those jobs, we reward ourselves by shopping more at the end of the month. It's a trap, a cycle where corporations win, governments win, but the consumer loses. It reminds me of the movie The Matrix. We are asleep in a system designed to extract value from us while we think we are living our lives. So, how do we wake up? How do we escape? The answer lies in two tools: financial freedom and minimalism. Let's try a small experiment. Open your closet. How many clothes are in there? Now, be honest. How many do you actually wear? Studies say we use only about 20% of what we own. The other 80%, it sits there, stagnant. This creates two problems. First, obviously, it's a waste of money. But second, and more importantly, owning too much stuff lowers your quality of life. Clutter creates mental noise. Why do we love resorts? Because they are empty, clean, and organized. Yet our homes, which should be our sanctuaries, are often chaotic warehouses of unused things. Possessions are also anchors. They weigh you down. Imagine if tomorrow a dream job opened up in London or New York. Could you go? Or would you be paralyzed by the thought of moving your mountain of furniture, clothes, and collections? Minimalism gave me freedom. Today, If I need to move to another country, I can pack my life in a week. I travel light, carrying experiences, not things. But let's talk about the practical benefits I've experienced. Benefit number 1, quality over quantity. Take suits, for example. I used to buy many cheap suits. Now, I own just 1 or 2, but they are high quality, they fit perfectly, the fabric is exquisite, and they last for years. Instead of buying 5 cheap items that break, I buy 1 excellent item that brings me joy every time I use it. This applies to everything: shoes, tech, furniture. Minimalism isn't about being cheap. It's about investing in the best for the things that truly matter. Benefit number 2, saving time. I no longer wander aimlessly through shopping malls. I've optimized my style. I know exactly which brands fit me, which size I wear, and what I need. When I shop, it's a surgical strike in and out. No more hours wasted trying on clothes that don't fit. Benefit number 3, saving money. Because I know exactly what I want, I can wait. I create a watch list. When those specific high-quality items go on sale, I get a notification. I buy the best at a fraction of the price. I also have a trick to fight impulse buying. Since I work in customer experience, I know the tricks companies use to make you click buy. So, I created a firewall. When I want something, I put it on a list called intention, and then I forget about it. If, after a few weeks, I find myself truly needing it in my daily life, I give it a star. Only when it earns enough stars do I buy it. Usually, when I review the list later, I delete most items. The urge passes. I realize that every item I bring home is a burden I have to carry. If the value doesn't outweigh the weight, it stays out. I've learned to let go. Letting go sounds heavy, but here I mean letting go of things. I used to keep items for memories. Now, I keep the memory in my head, or I take a digital photo of the object, and then I give the physical item to someone who actually needs it. My home is now always tidy. I wake up in a clean, spacious room, sit at a clear desk, and my mind feels clear. A clutter-free environment creates positive energy. Minimalism returned my freedom to me, and to me, freedom is the most valuable currency. If financial freedom frees you from the dependence on money, minimalism frees you from the dependence on material things. Together, they are powerful. I hope this story gives you a glimpse into the peace that comes with living with less. Maybe it will inspire you to open that closet door today and ask yourself, do I really need this? That brings us to the end of episode 1 of Postcard Colorizeyou. If you found value in this perspective, please share it with a friend who might be overwhelmed by clutter. And if you're looking for high quality, simple essentials that speak to this lifestyle, check out our collection at Colorizeyou.com. Thank you for listening. Wishing you a peaceful, clutter-free week ahead. Goodbye for now.